What if you're enjoying a quiet evening at home, maybe reading a favorite book or watching the sunset from your porch, and you slip on a loose rug? What if no one's there to hear you call for help and the phone is just out of reach? For many folks over 60, living alone is a source of pride, a sign of independence hard-earned over decades. But it can also feel like a silent gamble where a small misstep could change everything. The truth is, living alone doesn't have to mean living on edge. With a few smart, practical habits, you can turn your home into a safe haven and your days into a celebration of freedom. Today, we're diving into 5 powerful ways to stay safe while living solo. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or even 90s, these aren't just tips, they're lifelines backed by doctors, safety experts, and seniors who've mastered thriving on their own. If you've ever wondered how to stay secure and confident without anyone else around, this is for you. Let's get started with the first step to building a safer, stronger life. The first way to stay safe is by setting up a daily check-in routine that acts like an invisible safety net. When you live alone, small moments, a dizzy spell, a forgotten pill, or a stumble can quietly escalate if no one notices. But here's the beauty: you don't need someone checking in every hour to stay secure. A simple, consistent system can protect you while preserving your independence. Think of it as a friendly wave to the world, letting someone know you're okay. It can be as easy as sending a morning text to a family member or friend, something like "Good morning, ready for the day?" Or maybe you open your kitchen blinds at 8 a.m. sharp, signaling to a neighbor you're up and about. Some seniors even use a low-tech trick, like placing a colored card in their window each morning, a green card for all good that a neighbor can glance at from across the street. Let me share a story about Clara, an 81-year-old who lives in a small townhouse in Virginia. After losing her husband, Clara was determined to stay in her home, but her son, who lived hours away, worried about her. So they agreed on a simple plan. Every morning, by 9, Clara sends him a quick emoji, a sun or a heart. If he doesn't see it by 10, he calls. In 2 years, they've only had one mix-up when Clara got caught up gardening and forgot to text. That small habit gives Clara the freedom to live her way, and her son the peace of mind he needs. There are also modern tools for this. Apps like CareZone or devices like a smartwatch can ping a contact if you don't check in. Some communities even offer free volunteer call programs where someone chats with you daily for a minute or two. The goal isn't to have someone hovering, it's to create a rhythm that keeps you safe without cramping your style. This check-in habit isn't about giving up control, it's about claiming it. Knowing someone will notice if something's off lets you focus on enjoying your day, not worrying about what if. It's not a sign of fragility, it's a badge of wisdom, like carrying an umbrella before the rain starts. If this idea is sparking something for you, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're here. Your thoughts keep this conversation alive. Now let's talk about the second way to stay safe: turning your home into a partner that supports you, not one that trips you up. Most accidents for seniors don't happen out in the world. They happen right at home, often because of small, overlooked hazards. A rug that slides a step that's too steep or a dark hallway can turn a routine moment into a hospital visit. But with a few tweaks, your home can become a fortress of safety. Start by walking through your space with fresh eyes, like you're a guest who's a little unsteady. Notice anything that could catch your foot: a stray cord, a wobbly chair, or a mat that shifts under your weight. These aren't just annoyances, they're risks you can eliminate. I remember meeting Tom, a 78-year-old retired carpenter who prided himself on his tidy home. One night he tripped over a small rug in his hallway that he'd walked over for years. He fell spraining his wrist and lay there for hours until a neighbor stopped by. That fall shook him, but it also woke him up. He got rid of the rug-added motion sensor lights and moved his coffee mugs to a lower shelf. Those small changes let him keep his independence. To make your home safer, clear your walkways and secure loose rugs with double-sided tape. Swap out slick slippers for shoes with rubber soles. Your balance will thank you. Lighting is critical too. As we age, our eyes need more light to see clearly. Plug in motion sensor night lights in your bathroom, kitchen, and hallways so you're never fumbling in the dark. And in the bathroom where most falls happen, add a non-slip mat inside and outside the shower and a grab bar by the toilet. A shower seat can be a game changer if balance is a concern. These changes don't mean turning your home into a hospital room. They're about making your space work with you, not against you. Store everyday items like plates or towels at waist level to avoid risky reaches. If you're unsure where to start, ask a friend to walk through with you. They might spot things you've stopped noticing. This isn't about admitting you're weak. It's about being smart so you can keep doing what you love. If this resonates, comment 2 below to share you're with me. Let's move to the third way to stay safe, keeping a close eye on your health with regular self-check-ins. When you live alone, no one's there to notice if you're feeling off. Maybe you're more tired than usual, forgetting small things, or skipping meals without meaning to. Those subtle shifts can be early warnings of bigger issues like medication problems or even depression. The key is to become your own health detective. This doesn't mean stressing over every twinge. It's about building a habit of checking in with yourself. Try setting aside a few minutes each week, maybe Sunday morning, with a cup of tea to ask, am I sleeping okay? Eating enough, feeling steady, any new aches or dizziness? Writing your answers in a small notebook can help you spot patterns over time. Take Ellen, a 74-year-old who lives alone in her rural cabin. She felt fine, but she started noticing she was forgetting appointments and feeling sluggish. She began jotting down how she felt each week: sleep, appetite, energy. After a month, she noticed she was barely eating lunch, which was sapping her energy. A quick chat with her doctor led to a simple meal plan that got her back on track. That notebook became her lifeline, catching small problems before they grew. This habit empowers you. It's like being your own coach, staying one step ahead of trouble. It builds confidence, letting you trust your instincts and keep living fully. These first 3 steps, daily check-ins, a safer home, and health awareness, are your foundation for thriving alone. They're not about losing your freedom. They're about protecting it so you can live boldly. If you're finding this helpful, drop a comment with the number of the tip that hit home for you, and let's keep this conversation going. Stick around for more ways to stay safe and strong. Now that we've laid the groundwork with daily check-ins, a safer home and health awareness, let's keep building your toolkit for thriving solo. Living alone in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond can be incredibly rewarding, but it comes with the responsibility of being your own first line of defense. The next 2 steps we're diving into are about strengthening your emotional resilience and preparing for the unexpected. These aren't just about avoiding problems. They're about creating a life where you feel connected, capable, and ready for anything. Let's jump into the 4th way to stay safe, which is all about keeping your heart and mind strong through meaningful connections. The 4th way to stay safe is building strong emotional and social anchors to keep loneliness at bay. Living alone doesn't mean you have to feel alone, But let's be real, the quiet can creep in. Maybe you've outlived close friends, or your family is busy with their own lives. That silence can weigh heavy, and it's not just about feeling blue. Studies show that chronic loneliness can raise your risk of depression, memory issues, and even heart problems. The good news: you don't need a packed social calendar to feel connected. It's about finding small, meaningful ways to stay woven into the world around you. Think of these connections like threads in a quilt. Each one adds warmth and strength to your life. Start with something simple like a weekly call with a family member or a quick chat with a neighbor over the fence. These don't have to be deep heart-to-hearts, just consistent moments that remind you you're seen. Take Sarah, an 82-year-old who lives alone in a small apartment. After her best friend moved away, her days felt empty. Then she started a routine. Every Wednesday, she calls her granddaughter to talk about old family recipes. Those 10-minute chats filled with laughter over burnt pies from years past give Sarah something to look forward to. They're like a spark that lights up her week. You can also find connection through small acts of purpose. Volunteering even from home can be powerful. Maybe you read books to kids over Zoom or knit scarves for a local charity. Feeling useful is like medicine for the soul. If getting out is tough, the internet can be a lifeline. There are online groups for everything: gardening, classic movies, even sharing stories about growing up in the 50s or 60s. I met a woman named Dorothy, 76, who joined a Facebook group for bird watchers. She started posting photos of the cardinals in her backyard, and now she's got virtual friends from all over swapping tips and stories. It's not about replacing in-person connection, it's about adding a thread to your quilt. Another option is a pet. A dog that needs a walk or a cat that curls up beside you can bring routine comfort and joy. Research shows pets can lower stress and even blood pressure. If a pet's not for you, consider local senior centers. Many offer low-key events like coffee mornings or book clubs, and some provide rides or virtual options. The goal is to create moments where you feel part of something bigger. These connections aren't just nice-to-haves, they're health boosters. They give you a reason to get up, smile, and keep going. If this idea is striking a chord, drop a 4 in the comments to let me know you're here. It's a small way to join this community of folks looking to live stronger and safer. Let's move to the 5th way to stay safe: cultivating an emergency-ready mindset with systems to back it up. When you live alone, you can't rely on someone else to handle a crisis, a sudden fall, a power outage, or a health scare. But here's the thing: being prepared doesn't mean living in fear. It means thinking ahead so you can face surprises with confidence. An emergency-ready mindset is like having a mental map. You know where to turn if things go wrong. It starts with simple, practical steps that make help accessible when you need it most. First, focus on fall prevention, because falls are the #1 cause of injuries for seniors. Beyond the home tweaks we've already covered, think about your daily habits. Wear sturdy shoes even indoors, and avoid rushing. Slow and steady wins the safety race. Next, consider a medical alert system. These have come a long way from clunky necklaces. Some look like sleek watches, and others can detect falls, automatically calling help, even if you can't press a button. I met a man named George, 80, who was skeptical about these devices, thinking they were for old people. Then he had a dizzy spell and pressed his wristband's button. Paramedics were there in minutes, and he was back home by dinner. That device didn't just save his day, it saved his independence. Another key is having emergency information ready. Write down your medications, allergies, and doctor's contact info, and keep it on your fridge. EMTs check there first. Add a list of emergency contacts like a neighbor or family member. Speaking of neighbors, build a simple agreement with one you trust. It could be as easy as, if you don't see my car move for a couple of days, knock on my door. I know a woman named Ruth, 77, who has a deal with her neighbor. They wave through their windows every evening. It's a 10-second habit that's become a comforting ritual. Also, stock a small emergency kit, non-perishable food, bottled water, a flashlight, and a backup phone charger. These aren't for doomsday scenarios, just for a storm or a day when you're under the weather. The real power of this mindset is the peace it brings. Knowing you've got systems in place lets you live with less worry and more freedom. It's like having a spare tire in your car. You hope you won't need it, but it's there if you do. If this tip's got you thinking, comment 5 below to share your with me. These 2 steps, building emotional anchors and preparing for emergencies, are about more than safety. They're about creating a life where you feel connected and in control, no matter what comes your way. Drop a comment with the number of the tip that resonates most, and let's keep this conversation going. Your thoughts inspire us to keep sharing ideas to help you thrive. We've covered a lot of ground, from setting up daily check-ins to building emotional anchors and preparing for emergencies. These steps are all about empowering you to live alone with confidence, whether you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond. But there's one more piece to this puzzle that ties it all together: embracing a mindset of proactive independence. This isn't just about avoiding risks. It's about crafting a life that's rich, secure, and true to who you are. In this final part, we'll explore how to bring all these habits together into a seamless lifestyle that keeps you safe and thriving. Let's dive into how you can make these ideas work for you, starting with weaving them into your daily routine. The key to staying safe while living alone is integrating these habits into your life so they feel as natural as brushing your teeth. It's not about overhauling your routine or feeling like you're on guard all the time. Instead, it's about small, intentional choices that add up to a big impact. Take the daily check-in we talked about earlier. Whether it's a text to a friend or a wave to a neighbor, make it a habit by tying it to something you already do, like having your morning coffee. Same goes for keeping your home safe. Once a month, take a quick walk through your space to check for hazards like a loose cord or a dim light bulb. It's like giving your home a little love to keep it supporting you. And those health check-ins, set a weekly reminder, maybe Sunday evenings, to jot down how you're feeling. These small acts don't take much time, but they create a rhythm that keeps you steady. Let me tell you about Henry, a 79-year-old widower who lives in a quiet suburb. After his wife passed, he felt overwhelmed by the idea of managing alone. But he started small. He sends his son a quick text every morning, keeps his walkways clear, and checks his health weekly with a simple notebook. He also joined a local walking group, which gives him both exercise and connection. These habits didn't change who Henry is, they just gave him a framework to keep living fully. He told me, "I used to worry about what could go wrong. Now I focus on what I can do right." That's the power of weaving these steps together. They're not a burden, they're a gift to yourself, ensuring you can keep doing what you love, whether it's gardening, reading, or catching up with old friends. Another part of this is staying open to new tools and resources. Technology can be a great ally, even if you're not a tech wizard. Simple devices like a smart speaker can remind you to take medications or call for help if you fall. Local senior centers often offer classes on using these tools, and many are free. Don't be afraid to ask for help setting them up. A grandchild might love showing you the ropes. And if tech's not your thing, lean on community resources. Many towns have programs that deliver meals, offer rides, or check in on seniors. These aren't signs of weakness, they're tools that let you stay independent longer. The goal is to build a life where safety and freedom go hand in hand, like two old friends walking side by side. If this idea of weaving habits into your life feels inspiring, drop a 5 in the comments to let me know you're here. Sharing what resonates helps us keep this conversation going strong. So what does it really mean to live alone as an older adult with no one to care for you? It can feel daunting, like standing on a cliff with no net below, but it can also be empowering, a chance to shape your days exactly as you want them. The difference lies in the choices you make, choices like staying connected, keeping your home safe, listening to your body, building emotional ties, and preparing for surprises. These 5 steps aren't just about avoiding danger. They're about creating a life that's vibrant and secure. You don't need a caretaker to thrive. You need a plan, a bit of wisdom, and the strength you've already shown through years of living, loving, and overcoming. Think about what these habits could mean for you. Maybe it's the peace of knowing a neighbor's looking out for you, or the confidence of a home that supports every step you take. Maybe it's the joy of a weekly call that lights up your day, or the relief of knowing help is just a button away. These small changes can transform your life, not by making it smaller, but by making it fuller. You've faced countless challenges, raising families, navigating careers, weathering losses. That same resilience is still in you, ready to guide you now. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one thing you learned today, or a step you're excited to try. Maybe it's setting up a check-in or clearing a hallway. Your thoughts matter, and they inspire others watching this. If this video helped you feel more equipped to live safely and boldly, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips to make your days brighter. Your support keeps us creating content to lift you up. Here's to living your best life at any age with the freedom and strength you deserve. You're not just living alone, you're living strong, and that's something to celebrate. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.